What toxic family tradition did you break that cost you everything? In my family, silence was tradition. We didn't talk about feelings. We didn't cry. We didn't ask questions. You swallowed the pain, smiled at the table, and pretended everything was fine. My father was the quiet kind, except when he drank. My mother was always cleaning, like maybe if the house was spotless, no one would notice the mess inside us. And when things got bad, no one said a word. It was like grief and anger were furniture, just there, always but never mentioned. Growing up, I told myself I'd be different, that I'd talk to my kids, tell my wife how I felt, break the cycle. But when I hit 20, I started becoming him, my father. I didn't yell like he did, but I shut down. I buried myself in work, stopped replying to messages, and let relationships rot in the dark. I hurt people I loved by pretending everything was fine. Then came my little brother's overdose. He was 19. Bright, funny, sensitive. I hadn't talked to him in months. I found out through a group text that he died in his sleep. And when I went home for the funeral, no one cried, not even my mother. We sat in that same living room where nothing was ever said and acted like it wasn't breaking us. That night, I snapped. I stood up at the dinner table and said, "We killed him. Not with our hands, but with our silence." Forks dropped. No one looked up. He asked for help, I said. And we told him to toughen up, just like you told me, just like he told you. My dad stood up, told me to leave if I was going to dishonor the family like that. I told him the real dishonor was pretending nothing happened, that our silence wasn't strength. It was a curse. I walked out. My mother didn't follow. No one called me. That was 3 years ago. Since then, I've been in therapy. I talk to people. I cry now, even when it's messy. I tell my girlfriend when I'm scared. I tell my nephew I love him, even if he just shrugs it off. I started writing letters to my brother, just things I wish I'd said. I remember once when we were kids, he asked me if it was okay to cry. I told him, "Not in this house." That line haunts me more than anything. Now I tell my nephew the opposite. Feel it. Talk about it. I'm here. I want him to grow up in a world where emotions aren't shameful. Breaking that tradition didn't just cost me my family. It made me rebuild my identity from scratch. There were nights I felt more alone than I ever thought possible. There were holidays where I sat at empty tables, trying to pretend I didn't care. But I did care. I still do. Sometimes I scroll through old texts from my brother, reading them like scripture. One just said, "Miss you. Can we hang out soon?" I never answered. I kept waiting for the right time. Now I know there's no such thing. I've made peace with the fact that I may never get closure from my family, that they may never admit the silence was wrong. But I found peace in something else. Truth. The truth is painful, but it's clean. It doesn't rot in the dark. It breathes. I don't have a perfect life. I don't have a full family, but I have real conversations now. I have honesty. I have healing, and that's more than I ever had before. And sometimes late at night I whisper, "I'm sorry," to a brother who'll never answer, hoping somehow it still reaches him. I hope he knows I'm trying. I hope he sees I finally broke it. I hope he forgives me. I've learned that love isn't loud, it's honest. And sometimes the bravest thing you can say is, "I need help," or "That hurt," or simply, "I miss you." In my family, silence was tradition. I broke it, and found my voice in the echo it left behind.